Holy crap, we got a lot to talk about here on Smackdown. Pitter patter, let's get at her. On today's show, wow, Machine Guns just became tag team champions very, very quickly. Randy Orton gets KO finally, right? Cody Rhodes and Gunther have a chit chat, which ends up in a fight. Kind of not surprised by this. I mean, come on. And we got some other stuff that went on SmackDown too. I'm Andrew. This is DA Wrestling. If you're liking the content here, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below, somewhere around this area. Let's get at her. Starting off, though, first with the tag team title change. I mean, wow. That was fast. A little, faster than I thought it would be. I mean, I know Doug called it about a week ago that, Machine Guns were going to win the tag team titles, probably beat the Bloodline for it. Didn't think it was going to be this fast. Now, how this occurred was like during the commercial break. Like something along those lines. Right? Machine Guns were in a match, right, versus DIY to see who was going to become the number one contender for the tag team titles against the Bloodline. Okay. Really great match. A lot of highs, a lot of little lows there, right? Typical match, though. Really showed each other. They really talked about, too, Alex Shelley's relationship with John Gargano a lot. How Gargano really learned a lot from Alex Shelley in his early years in wrestling. Anyway, Machine Guns anyway in the match. But there's still like a fair amount of time left. So okay, we haven't had a Bloodline segment yet. They kind of had reviews of what happened the week before, how Roman and Jimmy got laid the hell out by the Bloodline again. But all of a sudden, Solo comes out with Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga and the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu behind him. Jacob Fatu like this, as always, because he has a new shirt out too. Says, "I love you." So Skoda. Yeah, it is. New shirt. It's kind of nice, actually. Not as good as his first one, but it is kind of funny. Anyway, commercial break. Next thing you know, there's a tag team match, title match. They put the tag team titles on the line. It's like, we're going to challenge you right now. You might as well get it over with. Cool. So not even a week break. And not even like, hey, guess one, congratulations, you're going to face us. No, we're going to go right to it right now. I mean, smart really on the Bloodline's part when you think about it. I mean, it's brilliant. When you think, when you really do put it down, quite smart. Right? Go out from the already tired, right? Through a professional standpoint there. It's like you have the World Series going on right now. It's like, okay, the Yankees won, the day before. Like the Yankees just decided to go to LA, decided to go to LA and just like, hey, we're going to challenge you now. Just start the game right there. Start the series right there. Smart. Anyway. Speaking of which, Stan hit another piss rocket, 412 feet or 117 miles per hour out of the field. Anyway. They're out there. They have their match. It's like a very quick impromptu match. It's like probably 5-6 minutes tops. Oh, in the middle of the match, right? Jimmy Uso comes up covered like a ninja again, like he did a few weeks ago when he made his return. Attacks Solo. Kicks Jacob. Solo hits Jimmy. Like, oh, here we go. Enter Jimmy again. Just like last week. All of a sudden, the OTC comes out. His music hits. They all stop. Solo looks like he just pooped himself. Couldn't believe it. Right? Goes on the way out there. Right? Jacob runs all at him. Like a bat out of hell to go take out Roman. And what happens? Roman Superman punches him. And the look on his like he just got knocked the hell out, the next week. Right? Solo comes and tries to attack Roman. Right? Solo tries to hit Roman. He misses. Jimmy has clocking him. They have a fight all the way in the back, right? Roman and Jacob Fatu are fighting themselves while Jimmy is fighting Solo. So we're getting kind of a Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns match. Not really. So, Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga, the Gorillas of Destiny, right? They're not really calling them that, right? But they kind of are. right? Have kind of control of the match. 1 point, right? As Chris Sabin throws Tama Tonga into the belt, into the buckles, right? He's about coming to run out and do like one of those flying, into his back with his back first into Tama Tonga. He throws the referee in the way. I say like, oh my God, I hit the ref. Well, right? Tonga Loa comes out, right? Comes back, spine busts him like old RAS used to do. Right? They go out and grab some chairs. Meanwhile, while Tonga throws the one chair into Tama, Tama's like, thing he does. I was saying, I already did. I mean, all of a sudden, another ninja-like fella shows up. We all know who this is, though. We all saw Raw happen on Raw. Well, that ninja super kicks the hell out of Tonga Loa and just heaves him over the table like he's a pile of garbage. But I think Tonga Loa is good for WWE, is being like garbage. Anyway, he gets inside the ring, super kicks, and Tama Tonga hits him with the chair violently, and then spears him like Roman Reigns. Because he has been doing that a lot lately. Right? Takes the mask off, strips down the jacket. Obviously, it was Jey Uso. He gets out of the ring. Motor City Machine Guns hit their finisher. 1, 2, 3. Motor City Machine Guns are the new tag team champions. So, as they're celebrating leaving, they're all happy. They all won. Everybody's quite happy about it, actually. Jay's still in the ring. And Jimmy comes walking out, staring at him like he's like seen a ghost. Like, I can't believe you came. I mean, you guys dressed alike, for God's sakes. Come on. Comes the ring. They look at each other. Big old hug. Everyone's all happy. Roman comes walking in. He's out at the entranceway. He's just looking. He has that look in his eyes like, yeah, I should probably really apologize and actually be the bigger man about this. Then it cuts off the air. Folks, it was planned now for a couple weeks. It's being planned again now. There's one more member that has to come. How they get him will be interesting. Plus, we still need the Wise Man back. We haven't seen the Wise Man yet. Heyman's got to be coming soon. So, that's probably the most interesting part. Well, that was the fun part. Now, let's move on to Randy Orton, who gets the whole camera coming to the ring kind of thing going on. He's been doing it lately. Before he gets out of his music, before he comes out, he stops in Gorilla's position, turns around, looks at good old-fashioned Triple H, says something to him, and goes out to the ring. Grabs a microphone and says, we're in Brooklyn. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand why I can't get KO at Crown Jewel. Calls out Triple H. Triple H comes out. And KO, he asks Triple H, why is he off limits? Why are you protecting him? Begging for the answer. Triple H comes out as he walks to the ring, goes, I want to have a conversation with you about this, but you seem to not be able to come to work on time. He's a little jab at him. Gets in the ring. And Randy's really pushing the why are you protecting him thing. And Triple H basically says, I'm not protecting him. I'm protecting you. And Randy's like, what? What? Why? And Triple H starts explaining to him. You just came back. You are off for 18 months. It wasn't because you banged your shoulder up. It wasn't because you tore an ACL. It's because you have steel rods placed in your back. And you're back here doing this. That's great. I don't want to lose you again. I've known you since the moment you got in here, just like I've known KO from the moment he's got in here. Right? And Randy's like, he appreciates it. You can tell he appreciates it. But then he brings up the past. He's like, listen, I don't want Paul Levesque here talking to me right now. He wants the cerebral assassin. He wants Triple H. He wants the guy that when he, who broke down his door, Randy Orton's door, went in there, threw him through his front window, and then beat the hell out of him on the grass. That's who he wants to talk to, because that one could understand more. Proceeding before all this, though, Triple H starts explaining the KO situation a little bit to him, saying KO has never had a lot of friends. All those people you say he's friends with, he's not friends with them at all. No loner. He's a prize fighter. That's what you want to call him. He's here strictly for business and money. Doesn't care. No point. I mean, for God's sakes, when KO first came in NXT, within the first 2 weeks or so, he powerbombed Sami Zayn onto the bloody apron and took the title. It was great. Good TV. So, Randy Orton says, like I said, appreciates him for all the things that he did. But he doesn't want the protection. He knows about his medical situation. He understands completely. Give me KO at Crown Jewel. Triple H and all the fans are going, let him fight, let him fight. And Triple H is looking at it going, yeah, okay, fine. He gives Randy Orton his match. He says, I hope all you people know what you're doing. He's basically making out that KO right now is like a time bomb. Triple H also stated, too, that Cody and Randy both are the ones that turned on KO. KO became vulnerable, let you guys in, then you turned on him. It is your fault. Just threw it on him. All because Cody tagged with Roman Reigns and betrayed his KO's trust in, I guess, the way he sees it as. Fair enough. I mean, I guess we've all been in that situation before where, we're friends with somebody, and all of a sudden there's somebody we don't like. And next thing you know, that one person who you're really good friends with starts talking to that other person who you don't like, but you just can't seem to see past that. And you feel like a betrayal. I can see where this is coming from. I get it. Orton gets his match at Crown Jewel. And Triple H tells Orton that, hey, if I were you, I'd be watching your back going forward. Watching yourself, protect yourself at all times. In other words, KO's probably going to take out Randy Orton at some point, which means you're probably going to get KO versus Cody at some point. So, that match is going on at Crown Jewel. That's next Saturday. Hard to say what's going to happen here, but I'm almost like they're gearing up for KO to really take out Randy, like in a vicious way. We'll see, but I don't think Randy's the one winning this match. I think KO's going to win it to set up that KO versus Cody match, probably for Survivor Series. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway. Right now, we're in the baseball playoffs, we're in the baseball World Series. Some people are saying this, some people say this can go 4. Some people say this can go 6. I personally think Dodgers in 6. Most because I can't stand the Yankees. I'm a Jays fan. That's why. Don't like the Dodgers that much either. But KO used to be a Blue Jay. So we're kind of going that way. Anyway, so is Doug. So, back to this. They announced so they make this out match now Game 7. Versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. And like all the other ones, excellent match, right? At one point, right? Andrade throws Carmelo outside, right? Carmelo Hayes is like jib-jabbing with Knight because Knight's trying to get him back in the ring. And Andrade's like, Beth, it just does a somersault over LA Knight onto Carmelo Hayes, takes him out. Awesome match, right? Hayes is trying to get underneath LA's skin by trying to use LA Knight to his advantage to get onto Andrade. Tried it a few times. Now, remember I said this is probably going to be a triple threat match at some point? Well, it happened. Carmelo Hayes ends up getting super kicking LA Knight, after he threw Andrade into LA Knight almost, and Andrade stopped him just in the nick of time. Carmelo Hayes ends up super kicking LA Knight, whether it be inadvertently or not. LA Knight gets pissed off. Andrade hits him with three amigos. All right. Eventually, Carmelo Hayes does end up getting a pinfall, tries to get a pinfall on Andrade. LA Knight pulls out Carmelo, throws him through a table, takes him out. Right? Andrade's not happy about this. He gets BFT'd for his trouble. Then Hayes comes in, gets BFT'd for his troubles. And LA Knight says the winner of the match and winner of Game 7, LA Knight. Everyone chanting, LA Knight, yeah! We're going to triple threat, folks. We're getting a triple threat here on this match. I called it weeks ago. We're getting a triple threat here. Where it happens is, Crown Jewel's only like a week away, so it's a possibility that's going to happen there. Maybe on another SmackDown, we'll find out at some point there. Great match though. Look, if you've seen all 7 of these matches, they're great. They really are. I do though think they need to move Andrade and Carmelo both away from each other for a little bit, at least for a while, just to get them into something else. If Andrade happens to win this US title, which I think is my pick to win it, or we'll stay the hell away from them for a little bit. I'm sure they'll have another match. There'll be a rematch for LA Knight. Hopefully, whatever happens, Andrade wins. That's my guess. Hopefully, that's what I'm gunning for. The thing, Andrade I think he'd make a really good US champion. Eventually, Carmelo probably the one that takes it off him. So we'll see what happens there. LA Knight could probably move on to a different title picture. Put him towards the title picture. Might as well. We got a little bit more of the Trish Stratus though, Nia Jax dissension though. Right? And a lot of Candice LeRae this show, which is great. Love Candice LeRae. It's good to see she's getting a lot more credit and things to do. She's a very talented wrestler. Very talented. In fact, both Garganos are doing a lot better for her. That's good. It's good for everybody. And it brings more people out. So, Nia Jax talking to Tiffy, talking about how she wasn't there last week. But she had a lovely person. And Candice LeRae comes in with Indy Hartwell. And they talk a little bit. And kind of rip on Stratton a little bit too. Nia does. So does LeRae. And so you can tell that dissension is starting to come, right? That it's definitely going to happen where Tiffany's going to cash in on Nia. Whether or not it happens at Crown Jewel or after is the question. And I think everybody's all asking ourselves. When will she cash it? It might be Crown Jewel. There's a lot of factors involved in that right now. Yeah, you're going to have Liv Morgan there with Dom Dom, right? Jack's going to be there, probably with Stratton. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Candice LeRae had a match with Naomi, right? Good back and forth match. Candice LeRae get a lot of TV time, right? Really showing off her skills and all this. They really pushed the fact that she is the first women's speed champion, which is on X. I think it is every Wednesday. I think it is on X around. I think it's around 9 o'clock. So they do it's like a 3-minute matches championship thing, quick match, usually 3 matches, just on X. It's not bad. Like Andrade's the the speed champion on the men's side. So, Indy Hartwell gets involved in the match. She was looking pretty good. She was at one point, the best part of that for her was she just, fixed her shirt up. It's great. Especially for a guy. Good. For a girl, maybe it's good too. This time of day, this day and age. So, but the big part is that Bayley comes out and helps Naomi win the match. Right? Naomi ends up attacking Indy Hartwell, distracting Candice LeRae. Naomi ends up getting the roll up, wins. Good match. Right? But I do like the fact that Candice LeRae is getting more TV time and more matches to show off more of her skills again, which is great. She's a very good wrestler. She's been around a very long time. She deserves to have this stuff into her, right? A lot of people there can wait a little bit. They don't need to have everybody because I like how they're doing with Baylor. Baylor's not on TV almost not really on every week, right? She's not on every week, so that's a good thing. So we also announced that the women's tag team titles will be defended at Crown Jewel, SmackDown Crown Jewel, that is. Oh no, sorry, at Crown Jewel. At Crown Jewel, between Damage Control, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, and Lash Legend and Miss Jackson versus Cargill and Belair. On the SmackDown, there's a SmackDown Fatal 4-Way with half of each team. So it'll be Belair, Io Sky, Lash, and Piper Niven next week on SmackDown before the actual Crown Jewel event. So it'll be good, fun. Get a preview of it. The last time they did a Fatal 4-Way, though, the Cargill and Belair won. Lost the titles. I don't think that's going to happen here. I think they did it already. It just almost makes no sense to do it again like that because they've already did it once back in Scotland. So, I mean, maybe, possibility, maybe, smidgen. We'll find out. Anyway, let's get to Cody and Gunther. Well, a better talking segment in the first one. Better talking segment than last week. And that's why on Raw. Gunther came to SmackDown. You know, he talks about how he wants to know what the real reason is why Cody wants this title. And he says John this title says it's not the reason why I don't want it isn't because I wanted to stop it from you with your daughter. I don't care about that. He flat out says it's because he believes he is the best wrestler on the planet. That he is the workhorse of the WWE. Now, if you take a look at our video, the top 10 wrestlers at WWE right now, we had Cody at number 1 and Gunther at number 2. I almost want to rethink this right now. I think Gunther, he's got a point there. Gunther might actually be the number 1 person right now. He might have a valid point. It's almost like they saw the video and he's debating and angry at it. You did. Hey, good on you. Thanks. Maybe listen to the podcast on Podbean. Hey, if you did, good on you. So, Cody starts talking how he is, yes. Gunther mentions that he's very dramatic. And Cody responds, yes, the roads are very dramatic. Have you met my brother? He talks about that. He talks about how he's a bit of a messy king. Fair enough. It is his kingdom, by the way, right? Eventually, Cody gets eventually Gunther gets under the skin of Cody enough to the point where Cody's like, yes, I'm dramatic. And sometimes dramatic turns into violence. And basically, he hits Gunther. They start fighting. Kaiser comes in, attacks Cody. Gunther and Kaiser are having their way with Cody. Surprise, surprise. Wherever Gunther is, there's probably a Kaiser somewhere. So, eventually Randy Orton comes out and saves Cody Rhodes, helps him out, gives him back his title, helps him out. And we're getting next week on SmackDown's Crown Jewel, we're getting Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton versus Gunther and Kaiser. Not bad. Yeah. A lot more exciting, a lot more in depth of this one too. How they both want the title. Cody does mention though how Gunther mentions that Cody wants to be like the John Cena, does all things. Give me the John Cena schedule. Mentioning John Cena. Gunther's probably going to face John Cena and John Cena's farewell tour. All right, it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen. Good. It should. So, Cody ends up talking to, how Gunther doesn't want to do all these things. I say, Gunther's response that he's a workhorse champion. He doesn't need to do all these things. He's tired. Either way, they both work hard, these two guys. It's hard to say who's going to win this match. Maybe Cody or Gunther. But we're going to find out soon at Crown Jewel in a week. Saturday. 1 o'clock Eastern time. 10 o'clock Pacific time if you're on the West Coast. In other words, if you're in Vancouver, California, Portland, Calgary, you're getting it at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can get up, have a cup of coffee, watch wrestling. If you're here in Ontario or New York or Florida, it's lunchtime. If you're in Europe, basically dinner. Make sense now? Anyway, folks, that was SmackDown. Make sure you like, share, subscribe down below there, folks. It was a good show. Highly recommend you go watch the Andrade match and Hayes match. Right, the Bloodline Summit, which was like impromptu, was really fun. So go take a look at that. More stuff's going to occur. This stuff's coming up there. We are building towards War Games in Vancouver, which I might get tickets for that. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. Thank you very much. I'm Andrew. Make sure you follow us on all socials like TikTok and Purcell. That's my personal one, guys. Not do too crazy things on there though. Right? DA Wrestling also on TikTok on X. DA Sports on TikTok. Doug Lyons at D Lyons 1991. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, all those things. Have yourself a good night, guys. It's Friday. I'm out of here from this crazy night.